What's up, Desirable Beauties? It's your girl, Desirable Beauty, back here with another YouTube tutorial. Don't mind my finger. I had cut my finger. Always trying to be this handy woman and end up cutting my finger. But today's video is going to be a little different. Normally I feature videos, my makeup is usually using high-end products, but I know we in a pandemic and ain't nobody trying to spend all that money on high-end products if the drugstore products can work just as good. Now don't get me wrong, I'm still going to use my high-end stuff, but why not try to see how the drugstore brands work. So because I'm pretty sure some of them work just as good. So this is actually my first time in about 6 years that I have actually used drugstore foundations and things like that. So I'm kind of a little like I'm used to what I'm used to now. So we're gonna see how it all works out. But actually almost all of my products are gonna be using drugstore, but one of them, which is the bronzer by Morphe, is not gonna be drugstore. I could not find a drugstore bronzer that I really like, so I was like, I'm gonna be using my Morphe bronzer as my bronzer. So yeah. Oh, do y'all like my hair? I tried to do a little something different. I've never done something like this before, but I kind of like it. I'm digging it. Anyways, if you want to stay tuned to watch the video, then just keep watching. So I did not realize that my camera was not recording me at that part, but I ended up switching the brow pencil and I actually ended up using this other brow pencil from the beauty supply store. I don't know the name of this. Again, it was only $1.99 because it was a little darker than that previous one that I just showed you. But I've already done my brows off camera. I know they look a little crazy, but the concealer is gonna do most of the work, which is what I like. So I got them, arched or whatever, and now I'm gonna go ahead and with the concealer. The concealer that I'm going to be using is e.l.f. concealer, and these concealers, I think they retail for about $6. And the e.l.f. concealer that I'm going to go in with is, I'm going to go in with the Deep Cinnamon by e.l.f. And I think I'm going to mix it with, no, I'm just going to go with Deep Cinnamon. And I might mix it with Deep Chestnut. I am going to consider the Morphe brushes drugstore, and the only reason I'm going to do that is because these brushes are like $3–4. So to carve out my eyebrows, I am going to be using this one by Morphe. This is the Morphe M167 brush. This concealer I'm actually going to use as my eyeshadow base. I'm going to go ahead and actually carve out the top part. For the top part, I'm actually going to use the Deep Chestnut color on the top part because it's more closer to my skin tone, and that's what I typically carve out the top part of my brows with. It's the color that's closest. I guess I could have used just a little bit brighter. Doing my brows is like, ugh. When I do somebody else's, it's like, bomb. When I do mine, it's like, girl. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and set my eyelids because I'm noticing that it is creasing a little bit. And so to set it, this is my first time using this. I'm gonna set it with the Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Powder. And I wanna say that this is in the shade, I don't know, guys. It doesn't really say. It's the deepest one though that they have. I'm actually excited to do a drugstore or makeup on a budget kind of look. Okay. The color of it reminds me of the Laura Mercier medium deep translucent. Next, I'm gonna go in with the eyeshadow. So I'm actually gonna be using these cheap eyeshadows by e.l.f. and these are actually only $3 a piece, like I said, because I'm doing a natural kind of look. My eyebrows look too thick for my liking. I'm just trying to get these things a little arched because they're just a little too thick. I'm actually going to be using these two eyeshadows by Morphe, by e.l.f. and it has one of them both have this deep, boy. So both of them kind of have like this deep chocolate in them, and then one of them has this really like silvery shade in it, and I don't really care for colors like that. And then the other one has like a goldy shimmer shade. So I'm going to be using both of these. And I think one is called, so one is called Bite Size Eyeshadow Truffles. And then one is Bite Size Eyeshadow Cream and Sugar. So I'm going to be using these two. Again, they were only $3. So let's see how they hold up. Let's just say your girl was moving too fast. And now, as you can see, on this side here, the whole thing fell out. But I'm glad that that color is actually in the other one. So the first color that I'm going to go in with, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. I'm going to use this as my transition shade, and it is this color this color right here. Oh my gosh, this color right here is the shade that I'm going to be using for my transition shade. And I'm going to go with my Morphe M441. And I'm just going to lightly brush that in there. This is showing up dark. So that shade looks really tan in the thing, but when I'm putting it on, it looks so dark. I'm like, did I dip it into the wrong color? Gosh, I'm like nervous to see what the dark brown looks like. So already I'm not liking this. Gonna make this work. It's very like gray, like the color payoff, it's very grayish looking. I don't like that. Next, I'm gonna go in with the dark brown shade that is right next to it. So I'm gonna go in with this dark brown, with this dark brown shade that's right here, that's next to it. That's the one I'm going to use. I'm scared to see what that even looks like. With this one, I'm going to go in with the Morphe 514 brush. And I'm just putting this in the crease. Man, these colors are not what they look like on the thing. And maybe I should have expected that because they were $3. I just had such high expectations for $3 eyeshadows. Tan color that I first used as a transition, just to kind of blend it out. Even though I don't think it's really doing that. Right, and I'm going to go back in with that same dark color. Really taking this all the way in the crease. I'm gonna go ahead and jump straight into this dark. It's like it has a little shimmer to it, it looks like here. But I'm gonna jump into this dark shade right here. I'm gonna be using this color right here to really deepen that up. And I'm gonna go in with the Morphe 507. I'm only gonna place that on the outer. So hungry and I have not eaten today, and I cannot wait because once I'm done with this video, honey, them Thanksgiving leftovers about to get crushed. How was you guys Thanksgiving, by the way? Let me know. Comment below, let me know. Okay, again, I'm gonna go back with that dark brown shade just to kind of smooth it out a little bit. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead with the lid color. And I'm actually going to end up using so I'm done using that little palette there. So for the lid color, I'm going to switch to I'm going to go in with this one right here. This one right here. That's the one that I'm going to use for the lid. And I'm going to spray it with this Milani Make It Last spray. I think this spray was about $8. And I'm going to be using, I don't know who this brush was by, but it is a flat shader eyeshadow brush. Any little eyeshadow brush will do. I'm spraying it with that just so I can make sure the color really like picks up, make it really pop. Placing this all over the lid. So now that I got the lid color on, I'm going to actually go ahead and coat my lashes with some mascara. I'm going to be using it's a mascara by L'Oreal, I want to say, I don't remember the name of it. Then I'm going to pop my lashes on, just some cheap Beauty Supply store lashes, and then I'm going to come back so I can show you guys the rest of the base. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply my eyeliner to my bottom lash line. I'm going to be using this e.l.f. No Budge Retractable Eyeliner in the shade Black. It says that it is waterproof, so I guess we will see about that. Darkest brown shade that I used. After that light tan shade, and I'm gonna use like a little smudge brush and just apply that at the bottom. Now this is a Morphe 508 brush. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my face primer. The face primer that I'm going to use is the Maybelline Master Prime. And this one, I believe it is to blur and minimize pores. This kind of reminds me of the Smashbox primers. For the foundation, I'm going to use a Maybelline shade. This is in the shade 355. This is the Fit Me and the Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily for normal to oily skin. I think this might be my shade. I do not know, so we're about to try it out and see. I hate that it does not have a pump. That is so good. Okay, so that looks a little light. Very much so. Light. So maybe not 355. Now I do like to wait until these dry down a little bit because then you can really tell. So actually, let me take my little Real Techniques sponge here. And again, it is wet. Oh wait. I think that just dang near disappeared into the skin. So we're actually going to try try the Maybelline and the 355 because that just disappeared. Like that matches really good. So I'm gonna do that. And again, the concealer I'm going to use is the e.l.f. Chestnut Deep Cinnamon. I think, let's see. Let me see if this really gives me a highlight. This one is Deep Chestnut. Okay, it's very subtle. It's not like too much highlight. So I think I'm going to stick with it. And I'm going to blend out the eye part last. Usually when you wait to blend it out and kind of let it sit a little bit, to me it just makes it the longevity of it just is amazing to me. And it really helps with just like staying in place. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. I think I have let it sit good enough. And I'm going to blend it. Again, with a damp beauty blender. Do not be blending with no dry beauty blender. So a good trick that I learned from Jackiana, I love watching her on YouTube, is that if your stuffing has to dry down, if you left it on a little too long and it's kind of like dry down and stays there, if you just spray your face, then it'll kind of reactivate it to where you can start like working again on it. So let me do that real quick. I'm going to use a black opal foundation stick, and this is in the shade Mocha. These run for about, I want to say $9.93, so almost like $10. Okay, I like this. I probably could have went a little darker, but actually that's pretty good. Because like I said, I don't want anything dramatic, so that's pretty good. I'm going to put it in my hair, going up here. And this is down here, because you know, you gotta be a little bit of weight from quarantine, so I gotta get a double chin. I know y'all can't see it. But I do like this. I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques 202 brush. This is the Instapop face brush. And I'm just gonna blend that upward. Really blend that out. I'm excited. I actually got the right kind of color because it's not too dramatic and it's, you know, it's very subtle. And just brushing this back into my hairline. My edges are not going anywhere. Let me tell you something. The edge booster, edge control. You know, most people would really hype up the edge control and don't even be like that, especially for me, because like they can tend to make my edges curl back up, so I have to like put a scarf on it. So usually I would use like the Gorilla Snot Glue, the yellow and one with the orange top, and then the green Eco Solid Gel. Lay my edges down, I have to put a scarf on it, you know, whatever. But this edge booster stuff, put it on, baby, it will hold your edges in place. Do you hear me? Like sorry y'all, I have no complaints with that. That is the best. Like the little jar is like $5, and so I bought the big jar, and I think that was like $9, $10. But oh my gosh, that stuff is amazing. And they come in like different scents too, so. So yeah, I think that is blended pretty good there. See? Now I'm gonna go in with I'm gonna go down my nose. I'm actually gonna use this little cheap brush. I don't know where I got this from, but it's a little small brush. And I'm just going down my nose with that. This whole time I did not have a microphone. Ugh, I hate when I do that. I'm starting to feel like I do that every video. So I am gonna set with that same black opal powder that I used to set my eyelids earlier. Y'all, I see it. I know y'all see it. It's like double. That's... Okay, go down my nose. I kind of want these parts to sit because I really want that, like that. We don't kind of snatch, you know? So, yeah. And I'm gonna go in with the, I told y'all I didn't really have a bronzer, but I'm gonna go in really quick to add a little to my contour. The medium to dark true complexion contour palette, and this is by Black Radiance. I am gonna use the darkest shade in there, the contour shade that is in there. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe. And this is in the shade Leader, I wanna say. I'm really just gonna bronze myself on up here. Now I'm gonna go in with my blush. I'm gonna do a light burlap blush, not too much there. I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. blush palette. I don't even know if they still make this, but this is the one that I am gonna use. And I think I'm gonna go in with this one here. This one right there. And you can use any type of little fluffy brush to apply your little blush. You know, nothing fancy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and back and line my waterline, my lash line again with that dark color from the e.l.f. Oh gosh, which one was it? The e.l.f. Truffles one. I'm gonna go back with that dark shade. I'm gonna use that e.l.f. Cream and Sugar one, and I'm gonna apply that champagne looking color, which is this color. It's right next to the that little light color. I'm actually gonna put that on. I'm gonna go in with my highlight really quick here. And to apply my highlight, I guess I'm gonna use, what am I gonna use? Because I usually use my Anastasia A23 brush, but we ain't using that today. Use this little cheap fan brush. I don't know where this little brush from. This is what I'm gonna use. You can use a fan brush, just apply it, but a little cheap fan brush. that there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. Again, with that Milani Make It Last. It says 16-hour wear. I'm gonna go back in with my highlight real quick while my face is wet. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead with my lips. I was building on that chain like crazy. Actually gonna go in with this Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit. I actually really love these. I actually bought quite a bit of these, and this one is in the shade Nudist Peach. I actually really like these. All right, y'all, so this is the finished look featuring nothing but drugstore, well, makeup under budget look here. So you didn't really have to spend no more than like $10 on a product, honestly. As a matter of fact, let me see how much the Glamazon by Morphe was. I'm actually gonna look that up really quick here. So the highest thing was the Morphe Glamour Bronze, and that was $19. It looks like it retails for $19, but everything else was literally like $10 and under. So this is the whole face. So far, the only thing that I would not recommend is the e.l.f. $3, these little e.l.f. $3 things. These little e.l.f. $3 things, I would not recommend those. Just don't get them. Unless you're like really on the go. I mean, like it did its thing, but unless, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't really go for it. But anyways, y'all, so this is the look. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. If you have any drugstore brands that you prefer, comment down below. I want to know. I want to try out some more, because actually this Maybelline Fenty foundation, I'm late, but sis, this foundation is pretty good, and it matched really. Like I didn't think it was gonna match. Like it matched so perfect. Like this foundation is bomb. So I would definitely, like, if you really can't afford like to do the high-end makeups, or even if you are a freelance makeup artist and you're looking to do makeup on your clients, you can definitely go with these. It seems really good so far. So definitely check those out. But again, follow me on IG. I will let you know the update of after wearing this for a few hours or so, and I'll let you know how it lasted and everything. But thank you guys so much, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. That way every time I upload a video, you will be notified, and then you can watch it, and then you can comment, and then you can share it with your friends, and you know, all that good stuff. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.